Hey guys, it's Roscoe and on the Space Couch today. It's another one from my vault, and it's this, the official collector's edition of Close Encounters of the Third Kind from the very late 1970s by Steven Spielberg. So let's have a look at it. Always loved that spaceship that you see at the end. It was so incredible. Like, remind me of those British Airways ads from the 1980s where the island of Manhattan is flying across the Atlantic. There we go, the little boy going out. Now, I don't know about you, but I always try to make Devil's Tower out of my mashed potatoes, just like you see in the film. It was a very inventive film, obviously, beginning to real sort of science fiction, rather than that dystopian type of science fiction from the 60s and 70s. This was more obviously hopeful. Now, this is some, I guess, for the earlier flashback scenes, because I think the crews from various points in time have been taken by the creatures, aliens. There you go, there's some more. Really enjoyed this. And there is, of course, his train set where he ends up making the big mountain. There we are, some more. There, when the aliens are coming to the house. The tower's very scary. There's Richard Dreyfuss, of course, who was the main actor in it. Melinda Dillon, I think, plays wife in there. Yes, so that scene where where they take the boy from the house. Remember the time, it was amazing. Francois Truffaut, of course, was in it. Yes, Steven Spielberg, Hollywood's billion-dollar UFO. I mean, obviously he's had so much more success critically and commercially since then, but he was a really big producer director at the time. Now you recognise this, of course, from towards the end, where there's the big I was going to say showdown, but where they have the meeting at the end. And of course, there's that do 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 do, absolutely amazing little tune. Just went straight into popular culture. There we have Devil's Tower. Like I said, I used to try and make it out of mashed potatoes. Yes, and a little bit about actual encounters, because again, a film like this, you always get people saying, "Oh, I was kidnapped by aliens," and of course that's nonsense. You would think for the most part, but some people like to claim that they were. And obviously, there's the scenes of mass panic and escape as they're trying to evacuate Wyoming. Great shot there of the side of the mountain. It's one of those places, it just looks like it could be where aliens come from. It's so different from everything else around there. I'm not sure if it's a volcano or if it's just like the remains of some sort of butte where the rest has weathered away and the harder rock has stayed behind. Yes, from Harvard to Hollywood, Dr. Allen Hynek. Let's see, what else do we have in here? Yes, I believe, obviously, that's the thing that leads to the rise of cults across the planet. The sort of thing we see in Contact, both the film and the movie versions of that, of course. So he has got all his followers in India. They are approaching Devil's Tower from the base. And there's some of the scientists. There's Synthesizer Man. Yes, I wonder if that was done by John Williams. There's the big set, of course. Like I said, the alien spaceship was just amazing. The magnificent mothership, yes, indeed. Yeah, there it is, over the mountain. Where it just comes from, I don't know, because it just kind of pops up like that. Maybe they've got something underground, or they can just pop into existence like that. Though they never seem to pop out of existence, they always fly off, don't they? There's some more great shots of the mothership. Like I said, shades also of E.T.'s mothership on a much smaller scale, of course. There you go. Also reminded me of some of the designs of the ships and hardware in Alien, because that was that kind of industrial look, I suppose, at the time. So, yes, indeed. Flying Saucer, I think this is where all the other crews are released and come back. I wonder how that would get explained. There they all are. That was, again, you see that kind of shot. Now, this showed the 4400. Very similar to this. All the people who were kidnapped by aliens and then all suddenly released in one go. And there are the aliens themselves. The little space greys, I suppose, isn't it? Yes, indeed. And there is the ship. Again, also kind of reminds me of like the original version of, say, V, as well as, like, say, Independence Day, that sort of thing, with the ship just hovering over everything. and this. Watch the skies, we are not alone. To mix metaphors, the truth is out there. So anyway, guys, I have had that for a very long time, since the late 1970s, early 80s. I thought I'd share it with you because obviously Close Encounters, one of the classic sci-fi movies of the late 20th century. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment suggestion for an upcoming topic you'd like to see discussed. I like the video.